Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Sampler V, Series V's I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I had no idea this existed, but I think I'm going to be happy that it does. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that is absolutely the case today. Went over there, got off of work, hit up the 7-Eleven, and then after that, because I just picked up a few things, but 7-Eleven wasn't too far from the Walmart, and I was like, you know what, a couple things I really need. So I decided to hit up the Walmart. Turns out they didn't have the things that I needed, so I decided, fuck it, I'm just going to peruse around, look for things that might be interesting to review. I found something. What is it? What are we doing here, folks? Well, it happens to be, boom, it is from Magnum Ice Cream. This is their double caramel, artificially flavored, iced coffee. Sure, okay, yes, I think. Yeah, so I like some Magnum ice cream. I don't eat it a lot, but, if you're unaware, it's, similar to, a Dove bar, but, it's kind of on that premium end of things. Made with Victor Allen's. Yes, okay. So, yeah, man, this seems like it should be a win. Let's get it shaken real quick. Alright. And then let's get a thing for the thing, it looks like. Like that. And ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go, folks. Yeah, no idea that this existed. This was also the only flavor. That's a reference. It was the only flavor that they had, so I don't know if there are other flavors available. There certainly are other flavors of Magnum available. Just toss that out there. Full kudos to Magnum, the ice cream bar, for going with that name, because it's basically like, what are other things that are named Magnum? Well, there's a gun, and there's a size of condom. And they were like, we want to be part of that. Good on you. Let's give it a go. Open it up. Tasty. Okay. All right. Now, they call it double caramel. I'm expecting a lot of caramel flavor. Also, just thinking about it, but wouldn't it have been like mocha double caramel? Since, you think of a Magnum bar, it's always in the chocolate. It's not bad, but it's also not as enthralling as I thought it might be. Yeah, it's basically along the lines of like a Starbucks Frappuccino. Obviously, it's very similarly styled. The flavor is nice. It's a nice iced coffee. It's smooth, easy to drink. It's definitely like a very mixed drink. It doesn't have like a strong coffee flavor, kind of that essence of coffee, but, there's definitely a caramel flavor, but not to the extent I was hoping. I'll be honest, when I think of again, going back to Starbucks with their Frappuccinos, a lot of times I'll get a caramel Frappuccino. It's a good flavor. I like it. And I'll be honest, I kind of feel like the caramel flavor in that might be a little bit more impressive. At the very least, it's about as good. For this, and mind you, I'm not saying this tastes exactly like a caramel or a Frappuccino, but it's definitely a similar experience. Although it does have a slightly different personality to it, to be fair. There's definitely... You know what? I'll say this. I do think... I'm going to revise what I just said. I do think that there's a little bit more caramel in this, but I think it's implemented in a slightly different way. I feel like it's running more throughout the experience instead of being strictly the flavoring. Because as I'm drinking this, it's one of those things you have to hone in on a little bit, but like there is definitely like just a run of caramel throughout the entire thing as you're letting it go down your gullet. But it's just surprising that there isn't more oomph to it. It's there. And again, I am going to say I do think it's a bit more pervasive than, like a Starbucks Frappuccino, but it's definitely not to the extent that I would have hoped. And I get it, you don't want to go overboard with it, but I definitely feel like they could have done more with this. Or conversely, again, like I was saying, have it be like a mocha caramel. That I think would have been really nice. As is, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's at the same time, it's nothing spectacular. If Starbucks unveiled this as a new flavor, and they were like, oh, double caramel flavor, I would be thoroughly unimpressed. As a one-off thing with the Magnum logo, it's okay. But I think they could have done a lot better with this. I think they played it a bit safe, and I think that it suffers for it. But it's not bad, and I'll give it this much. At the very least, if you're a coffee fan, it's not like it's overly sweet or anything like that, so you can still kind of get along with it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not, and I guess. I think for me, like, I don't dislike it at all. I think it's perfectly fine. Doesn't have any weird taste or anything like that. But again, I think for me, a lot of it comes down to, A, just disappointment. I feel like they could have done more. And then B, Starbucks Frappuccinos already exist. Like, I'm all for, like, they've done, like, number of these things. And I think they've all been pretty much through Victor Allen, though I could be wrong on that. But you've had, like, Twix and Snickers and all this stuff. And, like, again, I think that's cool. It's neat. This is one of those ones, though, where it's like, caramel is already a flavor that gets used in a lot of these type of drinks. So if you're going to go over there and call it double caramel, you're going to tag on the Magnum name. I really am expecting more from it, and that's not what I got. It was pretty basic overall, though not bad. I wouldn't spend my money on it again. If I'm recommending it, if you want to try it, there's nothing wrong with it. If you like Starbucks Frappuccino, you'll probably be okay with this. Could you just get a Starbucks Frappuccino, though, and be equally, if not more so, satisfied? Yes. This is definitely more of a marketing thing. It's like, oh, look, it's got the Magnum thing. Again, I like the idea. Execution, I just don't think it's very impressive, and I don't think that I'm going to be alone in that, particular interpretation of what they gave us. So, but 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly, hopefully better than this, tastic rest of your life. Worst case scenario, it would be kind of a C- life, I guess. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal opinion on the Magnum ice cream? I'm a fan, but I do not have them often. when I was working my gas station job, we eventually started to carry them. I think like maybe my second year in of doing that job. And, might have grabbed one here or there, you got to try out the product so you can recommend it to the customers. And I liked it. I always thought they were a bit basic in terms of, they weren't exactly throwing a lot of frills at you, but what they were putting out was like a nice premium product. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty much cool with them. I haven't had one in a long time, though. But let me know. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you wish that they were never invented? Hit me up in the comments.